Hello everyone. So I was facing some issues, not really an issue, but I was a bit lazy, and I got a message on my computer that there is a problem with the space, the storage on my computer. So I just use 120 GB, 128 GB hard disk, I guess, which is, I know it is not really a lot, but it is enough, and it actually keep it actually forces you in a way to make sure that you do housekeeping regularly. And I always have one TB, not one TB, in fact 2 TB hard disk attached to my computer, where I just dump all the videos whenever I need more space. So today I thought I'll probably show you a few things, and I thought I'll probably share how and what exactly what today I faced one problem, and that problem was basically due to a cache. And I wanted to share it, and it might be useful to you as well if you're using, especially if you're using Arch Linux. Now, you can always run this command called df, and it will tell you the overall status of your different mount points. So I can see here that my root is currently using 90, not 90, but 79%, which is okay. I think when it goes beyond 90, I start to I take some action for sure, but 79, 89, 85 is okay, and usually it is 70%, but that depends on how often I'm doing my housekeeping of my files. But today I noticed a problem with the storage, and if you run this command, which is basically du command, disk usage, you can also, when you run du command straight away, it will basically look for all the files, and it will basically list the disk usage of all the files, and it might not be useful because you need more details. And what you can do using this command, you can actually pass some arguments like du-h for human readable format and max depth equal to 1, and then you can specify the directory if it is not the current directory. So I noticed that, so I first ran this command on root, and then I specified where, because I noticed like where was utilizing a lot of space. And when I ran this command, I noticed that yes, indeed it is the where directory, but especially this cache, because of course you can't really get rid of the lib folder because you have a lot of things here that you definitely need. But this cache is something, cache is cache, right? And even after the restart, this cache was not really going away. And I looked further, and it was actually, right now it is 3.5 GB, but it was 20 GB. So potentially there was a potential of getting rid of, in fact, the whole 20 GB. But I thought I'll probably share what I did. So if you look inside cache, or if you just run the same command, you have this Pacman directory, which is taking lot of, or in fact most space. It was actually taking 20 something GB, and I thought I should do something about it. Now I did some online research, and even if you delete the cache, it might be okay. I'm not really sure because I never really did it myself, but there is actually a proper way of doing it, and that is this command using Pacman. So if you pass these arguments hyphen capital S and C, it will basically remove the packages from the cache directory. So basically it will do the deletion for you. So you can say yes, and I don't know why I have this error in my case, but it still deleted a lot of files. So I can confirm again, and that is it. So this is something that I ran on my computer, and I was able to get back 15 GB immediately. And so far, because it's a cache, I guess it won't really cause any problem. I need to probably spend a bit more time to understand how this works. But in case you're using Arch Linux, or in case you want to get rid of this directory, I think you can. And maybe I've helped you, because sometimes you just need some reassurance. So as I mentioned, use only 120 GB SSD hard disk on my main laptop, which is ThinkPad X220, and I use one external WD 2 TB hard disk, which is of course not SSD, It is, I mean, I should probably get SSD, but I might also upgrade to 250. In fact, I have 512 GB SSD, which I should be looking at. I should probably upgrade my laptop, but I'm happy so far with 120 GB, and I think if every week if we do something like this, like housekeeping, making sure that you're not really, I mean, when you're using Arch Linux, you anyways are doing a good thing because it won't really install a lot of things for you to begin with, but it won't also have a lot of unnecessary services running. I mean, I do run a few shell scripts in a while loop whenever I start my computer, but that is it really. If I have to run something, I run it manually. And I know all the applications that are installed on my Arch Linux computer or Arch Linux installation. And I thought I'll probably, just talk about it because we all are always trying to get more hard disk. I know these days we run a lot of applications that require a lot of RAM, a lot of storage, but we should probably think about it. I think if you're using an old laptop along with Arch Linux, you are actually spending time and thinking about your usage, or basically what you want to do with those applications that you will probably never really open. I mean, there are still a lot of applications that I do open, like maybe once in 2 months. For example, I use Inkspace. Inkspace takes a lot of space, and I use it. But apart from using Inkspace, I also use sometimes Kdenlive, which again is not really a small minimalistic application. I mean, I try to do a lot of my simple editing using FFmpeg. For example, if I have to concatenate some videos or I have to trim some videos from the start or from the end, I do those things using FFmpeg, and I know I've shared it. I think I remember very well. I've shared those videos just to prove that yes, you can also use something very simple for doing heavy tasks like video editing. Of course, not really proper video editing, but simple video editing. And the heaviest application that I use on my computer is IntelliJ, which I can't really get rid of because I need to. I've tried using Emacs with Java mode, but it is not really the same thing. And I know that you can also connect to IntelliJ using Emacs, but what is the point? Just use IntelliJ, because I use IntelliJ with Emacs key bindings. And Brave is also very heavy, but I use a lot of applications that are terminal based, and I've shared a lot of those things on my channel so that you can also think about doing the same thing. All right, that is it. That is all I wanted to talk about today in this video. I hope I've helped you, and I hope you found this video useful. Thank you very much. Bye bye.